Hi guys, I am going to be quickly going through the patch for Battlefield 3. I've got a list of things. They all look pretty good, to be honest. It doesn't look like they're making anything worse. It all looks pretty good and looks like it's going to be a lot more balanced. Well, the first one is players will no longer take full damage from short falls. That's really good. That really annoyed me, and I'm sure it annoyed quite a lot of people. Or no, it wasn't that much of a problem, but it was only a little bit of damage considering it was a shortfall. But yeah, it's better that you don't take any damage at all. The next one is that players get up from prone slightly faster. That's good. I really hate it when a grenade's thrown right next to me if I'm prone, and I try and run away, but it's pointless. It just blows up right in my face. So yeah, that would give you a better chance of getting away from a thrown grenade, or even running into cover if you're getting shot at. The next one is fix some situations that would unintentionally make a player unrevivable. That is, when you die. I know if you die like once, and then you die like straight after, you're not revivable. I don't know if that's supposed to be that way. Like, you can only be revived once within a certain amount of time. But I think this is referring to when you die, you spawn and then you die and you can't be revived. It doesn't matter if you've been revived before or not. So yeah, that would be a good fix. Reduce the black screen fade in time on spawn. The fade is still necessary for properly streaming and loading content at spawn, but it has been substantially reduced. Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, Increase the spawn protection time from 1 second to 2 seconds. That's when you, in case you don't know, that's when as soon as you spawn, you have a second where if you get shot or anything, you won't take any damage. And that is supposed to give you enough time to get to cover and not die as soon as you spawn. Now it's been increased to 2 seconds. I think that's good because a second really isn't that long time, especially if someone's like camping a certain spawn or just happen to run around the corner as soon as you spawned. They can just sit there shooting you for a second, and a second really isn't a good enough time to react. So I think 2 seconds is good enough. They may still get the jump on you, but I think it obviously gives you a better chance, doubles your chance from 1 second to 2. The spawn protection will no longer be cancelled by the player looking around. That obviously means that if you move when you spawn, then that 1 second window where you can move to cover and move around, that would be cancelled as soon as you move. That could be a pain, but that's in the patch, so that's good. And also there's your 2 seconds up when it comes to spawn protection. So I don't know if that will make it too too protected at spawn, considering that I don't know actually. I think it's pretty good, but I'm just saying that you could get quite far in 2 seconds of running and being invincible. I think if they kept it at 1 second and didn't do the whole cancelling of or not cancelling of the spawn protection when the player looks around, then I think that would be good. The next one is increase the speed at which a player regains accuracy when aiming after moving for a more responsive experience. I suppose that means on the little bar above the health, or next to the health on the HUD, when you run, that obviously goes up because you're out of breath, and it says after moving, so you're obviously not very accurate when you're out of breath because you're breathing all over the place, etc, etc. Firing before fully zoomed in will still result in inaccurate fire, and that's pretty straightforward. Hip firing, or I suppose it would be the closest thing to quick scoping. Hate to make a reference to that game, but yeah, increased inaccuracy and recoil added when a player is fully suppressed. So that is when bullets are flying over your head and the screen sort of fogs up or goes all a bit blurry and you can't aim properly. It just increases that. I think it's alright as it is, to be honest. I don't know why they've changed that, but well, I suppose hopefully it's for the better. It's obviously good if you're the one suppressing the other person, but yeah, I suppose it's something you'd have to get used to. Shotgun buck and flechette rounds, or I don't know how you pronounce that second one, but them rounds have now been have a less suppressive effect at medium to long range, and it should be like that considering it's a shotgun built for short range. But then I suppose to get someone at short range, it would be good to be able to suppress them at medium to long range, or not necessarily long range, but medium range at least. So I don't know, maybe they could have tidied it up a bit better. Tweak the damage levels of Buck and Flechette rounds, that's pretty much the same as before, to balance them with other weapons. And as long as they take into account that the shotgun's a short range weapon, and not like lower the damage too much so that it's well, I suppose they'll have to increase the damage if it was to be as powerful as other weapons. But if they lower it too much, it'd be pretty pointless having a shotgun, because if it does the same amount of damage as an assault rifle or a LMG at short range, then it's pretty pointless having a shotgun. The next one is improve the suppression on the 44 Magnum, .357 Magnum, and the 5.8 by 42mm DAP 88 rounds, or DAP 88 rounds, from the Type 88 sniper. Yeah, if it's a bolt action, I haven't actually used that sniper, but if it's a bolt action, then I suppose that's good, because you always want to be able to suppress your enemy so that by the time you've reloaded, obviously this is assuming that you don't have the one where you can do the bolt action without taking the scope out. I can't remember what it's called. I suppose it would be good, because obviously by the time you zoom back in, usually the enemy would have run to cover or something, so it's good to slow them down. And of course I'm saying all of this, it's probably not even a bolt action sniper rifle. Hopefully it is. I suppose if it's using the Magnum rounds, then yeah, it would be. The next one is attempting to crouch like prone will now probably interrupt sprint. The next one is increase the effectiveness of suppression resist specialization. That's obviously, all these these suppressive fixes where it's for the example, the Type 88 sniper, it's more suppressive. It would probably cancel out this specialization, the suppression assist. If it's more powerful, then it'll probably cancel the suppressive fire things out. And I don't actually use the suppression resist quite often. I don't come under suppressive fire a lot for some reason, or I don't feel that it's too effective against me than other people might. The next one is parachutes now respond to turn and throttle inputs more quickly. That is good, because it is a bitch to handle parachutes on Battlefield 3. On all the other ones it is good. Parachute's great, and now that's really good that they're going to patch it in this one, because it will make it a lot more easier to navigate and use it in general. I don't know if it means that throttle. I don't know if that means deploying it. I don't know if that does it quicker, but it's a good, you get to pull it at a good height at the moment, and it deploys quick enough, to be honest, so I don't think they need to change that. Hopefully it's just turning, and the throttling is in sort of slowing it down and speeding it up. So the next one is switching from primary weapons to sidearms and back now takes less time. That's good. Do I use my sidearm? Yeah, I do actually. So yeah, but I don't use it too much. So that's yeah, it is good. You always want a backup when your ammo runs out, and you still got a guy on his last legs. You just want to take him out really quickly. So that is good. The next one is increase the effectiveness of explosive resistance. Well, I don't know if they should have added or had a specialization that could make that less resistant, or more resistant even, instead of doing it in general. I mean, it's really fun blowing people up, but then again, people spamming rocket launches, that is really annoying. So hopefully it does have an effect on that as well, so people can't kill as many people by spamming rockets down an alleyway or a corridor or whatever. The next one is tweaked bipod deploy settings, so players can no longer deploy a bipod in higher places than chin level. I don't know why it wasn't like that before, considering you probably would find it hard to operate a gun above chin level. I suppose that's better. Hopefully it actually classes chin level as the chin instead of some other part of the body that's unbelievably low, to a point where you have to probably lie down just to deploy it, because it is good being able to crouch where you can deploy the bipod. The next one is also on the bipod. The bipod should now be more reliable when deploying on top of sloped objects like cars and rocks. Yeah, that is good actually, because you do find it hard sometimes when you're aiming somewhere, deploy the bipod, and then it aims elsewhere, and you can't turn that far. I don't know if you can deploy it sort of on the side, but so that your aim and your view is sort of sideways a bit, like tilted an angle. Next one is fix several issues with vaulting objects, especially thin rails. That was a problem. I did see that a lot happening to me. So yeah, hopefully that they'll do a good job on fixing that. And it goes the same for some windows as well. When you're sort of jumping through windows, and you can't jump through them properly. Knife now only takes 2 swipes to kill someone. That is really good. And cram weapons on carriers now count towards stationary weapon awards, and that's good as well, I'm sure, but I don't use them. I think the knife one's really good though. So yeah, sorry this video is so long, but be sure to watch my other videos. I'm doing a Minecraft series at the moment, so make sure you subscribe.